Oh, hello there. I bet you're wondering how 50 Shades of Grey was. I'll tell you. Sorry if things got a little bit weird there. I'm here to review 50 Shades of Grey. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've been excited about this movie. Excited, it's like for me I explain it as, it's like a train wreck that you can't look away from, only this train is full of naked people. I just love the event of it, even though it's for a shitty book that probably should have never been adapted into a movie. I love the event of it. I love it when people get excited about movies, except for like maybe Twilight. And I know this is a Twilight fan fiction movie. I can't be mad at it for that though, because at least, you know, softcore porn stuff going on, and there's not like, oh my god, that 17-year-old is so hot with his shirt off. But I love the event of it. I love that all the ladies are at the theater. The theater's packed with women. Everybody's really excited. I had a good time going to see this movie. It's fun to see the energy, even if it's all for a shitty Twilight book. For instance, I'm in line and this guy comes up and he's like, "You being dragged to see 50 Shades of Grey?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You should come see Kingsman with the rest of us." And he's holding his popcorn. I'm like, "Tomorrow, my friend. Don't you worry. Tomorrow." If you don't know what 50 Shades of Grey is, it's based off of a book that was based off of a fan fiction book that was based off of Twilight. I know, sad, sad start already. Think about it this way. If movies make good books worse, can't movies make bad books better? But it's about this guy, Christian Grey, who's a super rich dude who owns his company, really eccentric, weird, and he's also super into bondage, and he has a sex dungeon that he calls a playroom in his house. And he's looking for someone to be his submissive to, his dominant. Enter Dakota Johnson, whose character's name in the movie is Anastasia Steele. Porn. She just has no idea. She's a complete version. She's all like tripping over herself. She dresses horribly, and she's supposed to be this, oh my god, oh my god, this just sweet little innocent girl who's got really hot lips. She goes in to interview him because the person who was supposed to had a cold. He decides for whatever reason that he all of a sudden can't live without her, and he introduces her into this world of craziness, and she has to decide whether she wants to get spanked in a dungeon but get really nice shit and cars and stuff like that and be with a really handsome guy, or not do any of that weird shit and just continue her whole humdrum life living in the hardware store, working at the hardware store. So 50 Shades of Grey, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but it was the best movie. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. It wasn't very good. But I didn't hate it, because the way I see it is, I would much rather go see this movie first off than go see any kind of rom-com that's going to be terrible. I'd rather have this movie be about this weird dude who signs up contracts for girls to go play with him in his sex dungeon, then watch Ashton Kutcher chase down another girl in some corny movie in an airport. You know, I mean, if we're going to get dragged to a movie, guys, it might as well be a softcore porno. Everybody's complaining about that, but if you really look at this the right way, if you see this the right way with the right eyes on, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose, you'll understand that, hey, at least this is a movie about sex and bondage and weird shit, and it's going to be awful and hilarious at times, when you could be going to see the next Nicholas Sparks movie. So if you're getting dragged to see 50 Shades of Grey, try to put a happy face on and just imagine it could be a lot worse. Sincere story, however, this movie does not have. Deep, heavy-hitting lines like, "What's a butt plug?" It's laughable in every sense of the word. Unintentionally hilarious or hilarious, I'm not really sure. Every time something happens, everybody's cracking up at this unintentional funny stuff because everyone knows in about 10 minutes, even though there's sweet innocent moments happening, in about 10 minutes you're going to be in someone's dungeon hanging from a rope getting spanked. And that makes people laugh. It's really the story of Bruce Wayne went crazy and decided that instead of saving Gotham, he just wanted to have a sex dungeon. Because the guy's so over-serious and like scary. He's like the Batman of porno. It's like, you're not gonna drink. You're putting yourself at risk. But I can't help it, I kind of like the guy. I mean, he's really rich, he does what he wants to, and yeah, he's a weirdo in the bedroom, but, you know, sometimes that happens. She's the one that I really question, because it's like, this dude's weird as hell, he's creepy as hell, you don't know anything about him, you guys just met, and he's a full-on creeper, but you're willing to put up with it, even though no other guy up till now has been good enough for you, you're willing to put up with it. Why? Because he's good looking? Or is it because he's a billionaire? Honestly, guys, I didn't think the acting was that bad. I thought Jamie Dornan did an alright job. Sometimes when you have to deliver such cheesy dialogue as this film starts to offer up, you really can't make it good. I mean, sometimes he did look hilarious because he's completely spaced out looking. He looks weird. He looks like Batman in a sex dungeon. Because he's like, at one point he's whipping up with these leather chains, and I'm laughing my ass off because every time they pan back to his face, he's just like, he looks like he's totally somewhere else. And he's got like black eyes. He looks like the devil inside, so I guess that works a little bit. But I thought he did an okay job. You guys can't see my dick, can you? Dakota Johnson's really good in the movie. She played that innocent girl, but finding her strength while being hit with ropes thing good. I liked her a lot. This movie, another good thing about it, guys, is it looks really good. The cinematography is good. I feel like I spent 2 hours in a really rich person's home, and that's never a bad way to go. The only thing that wasn't shot well to me was the porno parts. So let's get to the sex stuff, because I know that's what everybody wants to know. Lots of boobs, a whole lot of boobs, and more boobs. Just her boobs, but a lot of her boobs. Few shots of the butt cheeks for each of them, and there's one really awkward, just 1 second clip of like super zoomed in. There's the unbuttoning of the pants, and there's a whole lot of dude pube, and just the tip, not the front tip, but the back tip is showing. So you don't get the dick shot, thank God, but there is a quick, just like, oh, whoa, someone should trim that shit, and it hits you, it really comes at you. There's just like maybe 4 or 5 sex scenes in the movie. Only one of them is like a complete full sex scene. The other one's just showing little parts here and there of like, oh look, he's spanking her this way. Oh look, she's hanging from a rope and he's doing this. So I guess, ladies, you might be a little bit disappointed with the amount of sex in this, because it's not really like a sexy movie. It's more of a funny movie, is what it turns out being. So if you're going in looking for this to be a good movie, you are sadly mistaken, and you're going to miss out. Because it's not that they didn't have chemistry. I thought their chemistry was fine when they were talking and stuff like that, but the sex scenes were just so softcore pornish. I mean, you might as well have just turned on that bow, bow, bow in the background and like fogged up the camera a little bit, because the sex scenes were just so corny and whatever shot. They weren't sexy at all, and that's probably what most girls are going to see this for. If you're going to get an entertaining first half of a movie, you're really not going to get that super sexy movie you wanted, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I feel like they could have went a lot further with this. Yeah, it's kind of racy for an R movie, sure. But it being what it is, you expected, I think, a little bit more as far as the like, oh my god, that shit's nasty. I expected to be wowed a little bit more. You know, to be like, oh damn, I can't believe they just did that. I wouldn't do that. I never really had that moment. I don't know what that says about me, but it just gets boring in the third act. This weird little play of, yeah, he wants to be the dominant over her, but then she becomes dominant emotionally, and this, I mean, it sounds boring, right? And it is boring. Once the movie gets serious and they try to like make you emotionally involved and not just, I'm gonna laugh at this spectacle of softcore porn in an RPX theater that cost me $13 in tickets. Once you get past the spectacle of it all and they actually try to boil it down to like an interesting story, it gets really boring and the dialogue gets really bad. He takes her on a plane and she's starting to fall for him and he's starting to fall for her, but even though he had this messed up childhood that he's too deep to talk about, Batman. So at the end of the day, guys, 50 Shades of Grey gets a 5.5 for me. I know I might get hate for that, but to me, this movie is what it is. You can go into it hating it and wanting it to suck, and then it will suck, or you can go into it wanting to laugh at it and have a good time, and you'll do that too for about half the movie. Guys, comment down below, for girls or guys, what's the one movie that you dreaded being dragged to by your significant other more than any other movie? So comment down below, guys, let us know. Please subscribe, we watch the movie. We'll see you guys next time.
We watched a movie.